Hello there and welcome to Verdict 2017, where we get you all the updates from the states where the assembly elections are on, all the rallies, the speeches, what made news, what did more than just make the news, and also a look at some special reports from all the 5 states. I'm Tracy Shilshi, and here are the headlines. Campaigning for the 5th phase of Uttar Pradesh Assembly elections, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav, Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi all addressed rallies across the state. BJP President Amit Shah and Rajnath Singh addressed multiple rallies, target the Congress and earlier governments on corruption allegations. And in our focus on Manipur, voters in the state battle economic blockade and local issues ahead of the upcoming assembly elections in the state. All right, let's start with UP. We're campaigning for the 5th phase of the assembly polls for 52 seats spread over 11 districts will end on Saturday. Campaigning will come to a close at 5 p.m. tomorrow and polling will take place on the 27th of February. Now, the districts going to polls in the 5th phase include Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi's Lok Sabha constituency, Amethi. 1.84 crore voters are expected to exercise their franchise at 12,791 polling stations and 19,167 polling booths in this phase. And campaigning ahead of the 5th phase is on. Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed an election rally in Gonda, and Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav also addressed 7 rallies, while his alliance partner and Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi held 3 campaign rallies. Here are all the details.
Campaigning for the 5th phase of Uttar Pradesh Assembly elections 2017 on Friday, Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed a rally in Gonda. Invoking Lord Shiva on Mahashivratri, the Prime Minister said, with their third eye, people can see what is good for them and what is bad. Asserting his resolve to weed out corruption, Modi attacked the opposition, saying big forces are out to mislead the country. He urged the people of Uttar Pradesh to elect a BJP government with full majority. Also on the PM's target was the law and order situation in the state.
भाइयों बहनों, कोई भी डर जाए, इतना इन्होंने हमला बोला हुआ है, इतना झूठ फैलाया हुआ है, भ्रमित करने का प्रयास किया है, लेकिन मैं देशवासियों को सर झुका करके नमन करता हूं कि देश की जनता ने सच क्या है, ईमानदारी से देश की भलाई की कोशिश क्या है, उसका साथ पकड़ा है.
Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav attacked the BJP and the BSP in several rallies held in Ayodhya, Faizabad and Akbarpur districts. In a rally in Faizabad district, the Akhilesh lashed out at BJP's attempt to polarize voters. He said while the SP talks about giving laptops and smartphones to people, BJP is still trapped in the Kabristan versus Samshan debate. Akhilesh challenged Modi for a debate on the issue of development. He also accused the BSP of transferring its vote to the BJP in the Lok Sabha elections.
हम तो कहते हैं प्रधानमंत्री जी से कि अगर कोई काम की बहस करनी हो तो हम बहस करने के लिए तैयार हैं. बहुत उनकी सुन ली हमने रेडियो पे मन की बात, लोगों ने सुनी टीवी पे भी मन की बात, और हम समाजवादी लोग पूछ रहे हैं प्रधानमंत्री जी कब करोगे काम की बात, और अगर एक भी काम किया हो तो बता दो हमें. उत्तर प्रदेश की जनता ने सबसे ज्यादा लोकसभा के सांसद भेज दिए.
Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi also joined in his alliance partner SP in slamming the BJP for ignoring the farmers and the youth of the state. Addressing a crowd at a rally in Basti, Rahul asked voters to elect a government for the youth, farmers and the poor instead of those who spread only hatred. He also addressed rallies in Bahraich and Balrampur.
2 करोड़ युवाओं को रोजगार देने का वायदा किया. अब बताइए, पिछले साल नरेंद्र मोदी जी की सरकार ने हिंदुस्तान में कितने युवाओं को रोजगार दिया? उनका मंत्री खड़ा होता है, कहता है कि साहब 2 करोड़ वायदा तो किया था, मगर सच्चाई ये है कि पिछले साल पूरे हिंदुस्तान में हमने एक व्यक्ति को रोजगार नहीं दिलवाया.
52 seats will go to polls in this phase on February 27th. The results will be announced on March 11th.
In last assembly elections in 2012, Samajwadi Party got 4 out of 5 seats in Faizabad. But in these elections, party is facing a difficult challenge because it's a triangular fight this time, and Bahujan Samaj Party is making it more difficult for Samajwadi Party. With cameraman Anirban, this is Shyam Sundar, Rajya Sabha TV, Faizabad.
And like we said, election fever in poll-bound UP is reaching newer heights by each passing day. In fact, BJP President Amit Shah addressed 2 rallies in Deoria and Azamgarh on Friday. Responding to former Delhi Chief Minister Sheila Dikshit's comments, Amit Shah targeted the Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi, calling him an immature person. He also asked Rahul Gandhi to state what his party has been doing for the last 60 years.
उत्तर प्रदेश के अच्छे दिन कब आएंगे? 11 मार्च को मतगणना होगी, सुबह 8 बजे मतगणना शुरू होगी, 9 बजे 10 राउंड समाप्त होंगे, 10 बजे 15 राउंड समाप्त होंगे, 12 बजे मतगणना समाप्त होगी, 1 बजे अखिलेश सरकार समाप्त हो जाएगी.
And Rajnath Singh also addressed a rally in Gorakhpur in which he accused earlier governments of corruption. He also added that none of the BJP leaders had ever been accused of corruption.
चाहे अटल जी की सरकार का कोई मंत्री हो अथवा मोदी जी की सरकार का मंत्री हो, किसी के दामन पर कोई भ्रष्टाचार की दाग लगी हुई हो या कोई उंगली उठाकर नहीं करता. आप जानते हैं इस हकीकत को कि सपा और बसपा के मुख्यमंत्रियों पर भ्रष्टाचार के आरोप लगे. आय से अधिक संपत्ति के मामले को लेकर उनके खिलाफ FIR दर्ज हुई, CBI जांच चल रही है. लेकिन बहनों भाइयों, भारतीय जनता पार्टी, चाहे वो कल्याण सिंह जी रहे हों, जयराम प्रकाश जी गुप्ता रहे हों, अथवा मैं रहा, हम लोगों के दामन के ऊपर कोई भ्रष्टाचार का दाग लगाने की हिम्मत नहीं कर पाए.
All right, so let's talk about the significance of the 5th phase and the rallies that have gone on. We're joined in studio by Sanjay Kapoor, who's the editor of Heart News, and also by our reporters, Shyam Sundar joining us, in fact, from Faizabad, and we've got Panchanan Mishra joining us from Gonda. If I could come to you first, Shyam, you know, Faizabad is a seat, like you've been pointing out, which, of course, has been a BJP bastion. But, you know, things, of course, changed a bit in the previous elections. Give us a sense of, you know, what's at stake for the Samajwadi Party and also the BJP in that particular area.
Well, as far as stakes are concerned, stakes are really high for Samajwadi Party. As earlier also I told you that out of 52 seats, Samajwadi Party got 38 seats in 2012. And I am joined by many voters here at Hanuman Gadi Chauraha of Faizabad. Let's talk to them what they say about Samajwadi Party, BJP and BSP. अच्छा, आप ये बताइए कि अखिलेश जी ये कह रहे हैं कि काम बोलता है, हर शहर में 22 से 24 घंटे बिजली दी है. क्या ये बात सही है कि शहरों में बिजली मिली है?
अगर काम बोलता होता तो किसी के साथ गठबंधन करने कोई आवश्यकता नहीं थी. यदि काम बोलता होता, 5 साल में काम किया, गठबंधन करने की क्या जरूरत है? और 24 घंटे बिजली अगर मिल रही होती तो जनता जानती है कि जब तार नहीं खींच रहे, पोल नहीं लगा है, तो राजीव गांधी विद्युतीकरण जो योजना चली है उसका पोल लग गया, तार बिछ गया, लेकिन कनेक्शन नहीं हुआ, तो बिजली कहाँ से मिल रही है?
जी अच्छा, आप बताइए कि जो अखिलेश जी कह रहे हैं कि उन्होंने एक्सप्रेसवे बनाया है, मेट्रो बनाई है, बिजली दी है शहरों में 22 घंटे तक, क्या ये बात सही है?
नहीं, ये बात सही नहीं है. विकास से उनका प्रदेश की जनता से कोई वास्ता सरोकार नहीं रहा. उनके जो चमचे थे, उनके जो सपोर्टर थे, उनके विकास के लिए उन्होंने तमाम योजनाएं चलाई प्रदेश सरकार ने, और विधायक मंत्री ने उन्हीं के कामों को आगे बढ़ाया. जैसे यहाँ पे किनारे चलने के लिए लोग जो चौड़ी सड़कें थी उसको सकरा कर दिया गया, न तो उसमें साइकिल चलते न पैदल लोग चलते हैं. और इस
अच्छा, आप बताइए कि यहाँ पर कौन जीतेगा इस बार?
अब वो तो मतदाता ही करेंगे जो करना होगा
जी. लेकिन क्या अखिलेश जो दावा कर रहे हैं कि उन्होंने काम किया है, विकास किया है,
देखिए वो तो अब आपको 27 तारीख को मालूम हो जाएगा. हाँ. हर पार्टियों को.
जी
सर मेरा सवाल है.
जी 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 नहीं, आप बोल चुके, आप बताइए.
क्या
सवाल बाद में करें.
अच्छा
जी जी
क्या बोलो?
जो समाजवादी पार्टी की सरकार दावा कर रही है कि उन्होंने बहुत काम किया है, बिजली दी है, सड़क बनाई है, मेट्रो बनाई है.
बिजली का हाल ये है कि आज माननीय मुख्यमंत्री जी फैजाबाद में ही थे और सुबह से 5 बार बिजली गई. वो ये कहते हैं, लेकिन यथार्थ धरातल पर जो है बिजली जितना वो कह रहे हैं कहीं कुछ नहीं है। ये सही है कि पहले से बिजली व्यवस्था, लेकिन वो केंद्र सरकार ने जब बिजली व्यवस्था, वो तो कहते हैं कि आप पैसा दो और बिजली खरीदो, 24 घंटे बिजली लो, लेकिन
जी आप कुछ कहना चाह रहे हैं?
हाँ सर, यहाँ पर भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार बनेगी, 5 विधानसभाओं से।
Absolutely. In Faizabad, yes, lots of them, at least around you, are very critical of the Akhilesh Yadav government. And let's in fact go to Gonda, where Panchanan is, of course, there. Panchanan, what's the sense that you're getting there? How crucial are the stakes there?
Rally in Gonda of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Modi talked about here, you can say we got a sense that after this BMC and Odisha Panchayat election, Modi was in full form and he was justifying that why this demonetization issue was very important for this election, and it was benefiting for the BJP party and the opposition who opposing this demonetization and also questioning the surgical strike is actually damaging to themselves own. So this issue was very much prominent and crucial in this Gonda rally, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi was conveying that the steps taken took by his government was very beneficial for this entire country and for particular Uttar Pradesh, and he was regularly asking the voters to vote in maximum and try to give full seats to BJP on this development issue. He was focusing on development, and also he was attacking to Akhilesh Yadav very hard, because previously we saw that there was a war of words between the Akhilesh Yadav and Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
Absolutely.
And he was conveying it to voters. So we have to see that what this message, in what shape this message will convey to voters, and it will be visible on 27th in the 5th phase of polling here in Eastern UP.
Absolutely. Panchanan Mishra and Shyam Sundar, thanks so much for joining us, giving us an update and voices, in fact, from the region, which are very crucial, of course. Like I said, we have Sanjay Kapoor as well in studio. Sanjay, one point that has been pointed out by Panchanan, I wanted to, in fact, start with that. The Odisha municipal polls, the local body polls, and also what we saw, of course, yesterday with the BMC polls. This is, of course, obviously rejuvenated the BJP. They did change their strategy around halfway point of the UP elections with Ram Mandir issue back to the Ayodhya issue. And this perhaps is also, in a sense, giving them validification of the very fact that the demonetization move is not as bad as being portrayed.
Yeah, it's a staggered election, and if you see from the first phase to the 4th phase or the 5th phase that we have come to, the campaigning is evolving, the issues are evolving.
Yes.
Earlier, the Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, and other leaders of the BJP were most reluctant to talk about demonetization because they weren't sure, because the newspaper reports and the impression is hurting the people. Even during my travel to Western UP, I found people extremely upset with the demonetization and how it had actually derailed their lives and businesses.
Yes.
But after Odisha, and mostly after the results that have come out of the local body election in Maharashtra, I think the Prime Minister is more confident that he can raise uncomfortable issues, and that is what he has done. But we must understand that Maharashtra is not Uttar Pradesh, and especially when it comes to local body elections, the party that is in power seldom loses, is by and large under control. UP is still a more complex reality. You have number of these castes, and you also have this very important communal angle which keeps coming into play.
Yes.
So once again, you would find that the BJP has come to realize that the issue that is most which has the most emotion, or it has emotive value, is the fact about building a Ram temple in Ayodhya, and they have promised that if they get the government of BJP in Lucknow and they get support in the parliament, surely the Ram Mandir would be on its way. So in a certain way, it may have traveled from the path of development, it may have, touched many other bases, but they come back to the point where they're most comfortable, and they are in that comfort zone where they can talk about how the minorities have been pampered or appeased, and how the majority interests have been not looked after. Then also there is the issue of corruption, which has been brought up time and again, pertaining to Mulayam Singh's son's Akhilesh Yadav's government,
and we just heard Rajnath
Samajwadi
Singh
government.
say that none of the BJP leaders have ever been accused of corruption, and he has a bit of a point on that, at least when it comes to the UP leaders, especially even a person like Rajnath Singh. There are no allegations, huge allegations as such against leaders like these, and perhaps they're on the, at least a little bit of an upper hand on that front. But just talking about the other two fronts, which is of course the BSP and the Akhilesh Rahul alliance, do they seem to be losing steam as we are, more than halfway down the election line?
We must understand that there is a lot of spin that is going into it. I think BJP and the enormous resources and the network that they have realized that there is a certain weakness that the Samajwadi Congress alliance was showing in the third round, and they have tried to, press the accelerator quite substantially, and you can see a lot of media reports and a lot of analysis which is coming in, and they by and large saying the same thing, that the Congress SP alliance is losing steam. But to tell you frankly, nobody really knows what's happening on the ground. It's so easy to come to these safe conclusions, sitting in TV studios or writing columns without ascertaining how the minorities or the lower castes or the MBCs, the EBCs are responding to what is happening.
Yes.
It's difficult to count, and especially in an assembly election where I think the percentage is going to be very, very little between the winner and the loser, maybe about a few thousand votes.
Yeah.
So how do you figure out who's winning, who's going to lose?
Yes.
And it is going to be, I'm telling you, a very, very nail-biting finish, and a lot of people will go wrong.
Absolutely. Stay with us, Sanjay. Let's also get some of our reports. In fact, our correspondent Vishal Daya spoke with Congress MP and party's campaign committee chairman Sanjay Singh, who spoke about the current alliance with the Samajwadi Party for these assembly elections in the state.
How has it changed the scenario for the Congress Party, the tie-up with Samajwadi?
It is because the fundamental forces whom we wanted to stop in Uttar Pradesh, which is going to decide the fate of 19. So I think it was the right decision what we made at the 11th hour. Now this is the alliance which is going to win the election in 2017. And 2019 also we will take the decision, and we will be the decisive force.
But there are some, rough edges in this coalition still left out, and one specifically is in your turf only, when both candidates from Congress and Samajwadi Party are in the fray. So how is that going to play out specifically in Amethi, since it's your turf, it's your place?
Yeah, it is very clear that Congress had decided that rivalry in Amethi, all 10 Vidhan Sabha seats, is the only Congress will fight. Unfortunately, it couldn't happen, but what the aim is not going to be forfeit, because the public of Amethi has decided the oust the corrupt present local MLA and a minister. I think it is decided, and there is no confusion.
Can't resist asking this question. How about the third dimension in Amethi? Your ex-wife, she's now contesting from BJP. Must be a difficult choice for you, or it was already decided that you're going to campaign for the Congress?
You have seen from long time BJP is the divisive force, is always divides the people, divides community, divides the religion, and they want to divide the country, but they will not succeed.
All right, back to Sanjay Kapoor, who's in studio with us. Sanjay, very quickly, Eastern UP, what does it look like? The fifth phase is, who does it go to? What do we say?
It's a very important phase of the election. I mean, you look at Amethi, which is supposed to be the Gandhi turf. Then you also have Sultanpur. You also have many other districts where, now we are heading actually closer to the Eastern UP, where the caste dynamics actually changes. Then you have a very significant minority population which would want to have a government which is more sympathetic to their cause. So in a certain way, it's a pot boiler that we are seeing at the moment. I think that BJP's surge will be challenged in many places by the alliance, and in some places by the BSP, which cannot be ruled out, because as we always say, whoever has been covering the elections in UP, that the Hathi or the elephant symbol of BSP is not visible on the roads. they reside in the villages, and they're always surprised with the percentage of votes that they are able to garner.
Yeah.
But what I learned, there is a great amount of erosion which has begun to take place, especially in the younger lot of BSP supporters. So, you know, these are certain assumptions that have to be tested.
Yes.
And in the coming days, we will get to know exactly on March 11 who's gone where. And it's a very interesting exercise because votes, there are no vote banks now. This is an evolving reality, it's a
Absolutely.
dynamic
We are
reality.
seeing a breaking
and
down
people
of
are
all the
moving
vote
from one
banks. Exactly.
party to another.
Absolutely. We'll leave it there for now, Sanjay. Thanks so much for joining us, as always, giving us an insight into those elections that are on in UP. And here's a look at the other election-related developments in Potpuri. Police today recovered a hand grenade and a bomb from separate places in Manipur a day ahead of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to the state. The recovery comes even as 6 rebel groups in Manipur have given a call for a complete shutdown to protest against Modi's visit. The Prime Minister will address a rally at Langjing Achoba ground in Imphal district in support of BJP candidates in the polls. Manipur, which is officially a dry state, seems to be on a high, though, during electioneering, with huge amount of liquor being regularly seized by the Excise Department. Since the announcement of elections in Manipur on the 4th of January, enforcement agencies have seized liquor worth 57 lakh rupees during raids in different parts of the state. The Election Commission today ordered FIRs against 3 candidates in UP and 1 in Manipur after a TV sting showed them indulging in electoral malpractices. The Commission has directed poll authorities to issue show-cause notices to the candidates and lodge FIRs under various sections of the IPC for unfair practices. All right, now to Manipur, and at a time when the United Naga Council is waging an agitation against creation of 7 new districts in the state, many Naga villages are struggling for roads and just basic amenities in the areas where they live. Our correspondent Akhilesh Suman tells us more about their issues and what will drive these Naga villagers to polling booths in the upcoming assembly elections in the state. We're leaving you with this special report.
Makhel village of Manipur is located nearly 90 kilometers from state capital Imphal. This Naga bastion of Senapati district is a place of religious importance for the community. Villagers want the place to be developed as a smart village.
I want this village as a smart village. What I want to call this village as a smart, just because this is a historical place. And we believe that the Nagas starts from this very place.
Nagas claim this is the place of origin. It's only one shining example of harmony between the Naga, Meitei and Assamese communities of the northeast. Focusing on development here would only help promote harmony in the insurgency-prone state.
These stones represents the departure of 3 brothers. And the 3 brothers are Asifra Lapa, the first brother. He is Mayang, so to say, the policeman of Assam and elsewhere. Second is Tuto. He is the forefathers of Meitei. And third, Kepio is the forefathers of the Nagas. So these 3 brothers had departed from this village. This is the story that has been handed over to us from our parents, forefathers.
With dusty and uneven roads, reaching the area become a bone-jarring bumpy ride. The Congress claims that lack of funds in the state is responsible for the bad infrastructure.
Actually, this village has been neglected by the government in all sector. I would say the central government or the state government has not taken care of anything of this historical village. There is no blacktopping, no proper sanitation, no any government infrastructure.
We have apprised government of India. Look, we did try our level best, but till today we reach nowhere. So do something in this connection. As the highways connecting the 2 lifeline belongs to National Highway, means center have something to say also.
But villagers point out that the fund shortage hasn't prevented the party from investing money in other monuments of their choice.
This is the indication of for the forthcoming generation that Naga is want everywhere. So this is going to be the pillar of unity.
Infrastructure is in a poor condition all over the state, including Imphal. But it's the worst in the Naga areas, which only increases the sense of isolation of the community. Although the Congress has tried to keep the social balance in the Ibobe Singh ministry by making a Naga leader, Gai Khangam, the deputy chief minister, this election will be a test of whether social engineering alone will work in favor of the ruling Congress. Akhilesh Suman's report for Rajya Sabha Television.